This is the Business Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
Now, I heard you say some key things a couple of times. It took me a while to learn where you're looking inward.
Yeah.
And for me, this show even started, our tagline is be an intentional leader.
Okay.
And I'm honest about that. I've had 8 companies, 4 failed, 4 have done well. Yeah. And a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I basically woke up and went, I'm a leader.
Yeah.
And I'm an unintentional leader.
Yeah.
And so it was a quest to say, let's be intentional. But it started with self-reflecting. Okay. And even in our pivot with our company recently, it started with me being brutally honest, which is tough to do in our world where we build up our social media platforms and we can create the
Everything's
brand.
great. Everything's great.
Right. We build perception. And that's in our agency, that's one of our jobs.
Yeah.
Is to build perception. But at the end of the day, if we're not self-reflecting and honest and brutally honest at our core, how does our team follow? How do we make the changes? So what does it take for you? How do you be brutally honest with you? Because I heard you say it a couple times, it's take self-reflecting. How do you do that? What are some steps? Because I see a lot of people are not willing, and here's why they're not willing, because they don't want to know the answer, because if they find out the answer, they have to make a change.
That's right.
What do you do?
I think you have to practice vulnerability. And that's something that I try to practice a lot. You kind of mentioned the social media, and I think anytime you talk about this subject of being a leader, and I think that can easily change into leaders don't ever fail, right? And that you're leading this team of people, and if I show that I don't know the answer, I'm kind of confused right now too. It can have a self-realization almost as I'm failing these people. And a lot of times that's not the case. And so one of the things that I work on for myself is expressing my vulnerability. And that was a change for me. That's something that I'm working on myself. Is it's okay to say I don't know. It's okay to say I need your help with this. And I think that's also elements of a great leader, is allowing somebody else to say, hey, I need you, right? And then actually listening to that feedback, and not for a counteract. Here's my take on it, but just to absorb it. I want you to tell me, Derek, how should we go through this challenge that we're having? And so that's something that I had to work on myself. Is you do all this stuff, like you mentioned on social media, all this posturing and kind of these great things. I'm going to do this. I can take this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. But also you got to have, I think, the other side of the vulnerability, and that's what it was for me. Even with my team saying, guys, this is not what I wanted to happen. We are not in a good situation. I'm kind of thinking about some things, but I need you guys to help right here. And so that was, I think it's just, it was okay. For me, it was just realizing that just because I don't have the answer and me expressing that is okay. It doesn't mean that you're not a leader.
Derek Champagne here. I want to connect with you if you're listening to the Business Leadership Series. We can connect on LinkedIn or send me a message at derek@derekchampagne.com. I look forward to connecting.